wanted you to know first who it was who had beaten you.
Lieutenant Savick calling Enterprise. Can you read us? This is Lieutenant Savick calling Enterprise. Can you read us?
He's coming around.
Huh? Can you read?
Oh boy. Of all the places I can go to, and I get sent to review Age of Ultron. I sure do love the Avengers, though. Like that. And that. That too. You can count that. Also that. And this one. I also have these. I freaking love Marvel.
A while back, I decided to start a YouTube channel. I found out that it was my mission to set right film and game rumors that once were false, and so now, I leap from one ridiculous subject to the next.
Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, once again Thor, the Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and director Nick Snakes on a Plane Fury. They just forgot the Russian ape. I am absolutely excited for Age of Ultron, although we have to wait until next year. But next year's where all the good movies are coming out. I mean, you got, your Age of Ultron and your Star Wars Episode 7, and you got, like all your new films, superhero movies, and sci-fi films, and one-off films, like whatever that one is that Nolan's making, that sci-fi film with Matthew McConaughey. People are just gonna be flocking to the movies to go see Avengers, and then May 6, 2016, they're gonna, which I've mentioned before, they're gonna go and see Batman vs. Superman instead of Captain America 3. Although I don't know which storyline that's gonna follow, and then plus we got Doctor Strange coming. I mean, Marvel's just throwing everything at everybody. Like, okay, I get it, but it's a lot of really good movies coming up. But just stop. Slow down, Marvel. Slow down. I know that Disney took control of you the same way that they took control of frickin' Lucasfilm, but you don't have to rush it, because then you're gonna become as greedy as DC is with movies. My hat is off to you, and what the hell happened? But honestly, Marvel, yes, my hat is off to you, because not only have you made more movie success with a trailer about a talking raccoon played by Bradley Cooper, who's most famous right now for being in The Hangover, but you've literally just taken all the masses, not just the fans of the comic books, to enjoy your films, and you're getting so much into the movies, and I think it's because of having more than one sane director for all the movies, because you notice that you had Zack Snyder for Man of Steel, and now he's going to do Batman vs. Superman, and then he's going to do the Justice League, and it's a little bit too much for one director. That's why they should have done, what DC should have done, is, okay, you gave Dark Knight, the trilogy, to Christopher Nolan. That's okay, you gave a trilogy of movies to one director, but they've kind of given each director a role to fill in the cinematic universe as if they are Avengers themselves, and that they're all coming together to bring each respective element of each character together to make the next movie. Now, Age of Ultron has a little bit of a controversial issue that I'm kind of worrying about, which is the whole Ultron premise. Now, Ultron was technically created by Ant-Man, and Ant-Man's coming out after Avengers 2. Ultron is apparently now supposed to be created by Tony Stark, and it's going to be more of a challenge for Tony Stark now that he's taken out the arc reactor from his chest, and that's in Iron Man 3. You know, that whole part is Mandarin. DC's Domain is on television right now, and DVD releases. I mean, you know, Son of Batman and Flash, which they just announced, and Gotham. Gotham has Sean Pertwee in it, which I am waiting to see because everyone knows Sean Pertwee is my favorite Doctor. But we talked about Doctor Who a while ago, 2 leaps ago, and this is the 3rd time I'm discussing a subject, but at least I'm proud to say that, I mean, Marvel, you should definitely, as I said before, slow down. You don't want to give Stanley a heart attack. Too many cameos. We don't want him gone yet. But I absolutely applaud you. Marvel is doing such a great thing, and they're following along with even the complications of the crew. Robert Downey Jr. said that he wouldn't stay around if everyone wasn't paid as much. I mean, he cares for all the other actors, which is really cool. And they have to adjust Scarlett Johansson's filming schedule because she's pregnant. But hey, you know what? That is definitely okay. Adjusting a filming schedule for someone who's pregnant. And also, I mean, I just want to state out there that, I mean, you have a lot of good directors that you can use to direct the films. Now, I'm not sure who it was that they announced as the director for Doctor Strange, but he is sort of a semi-horror film director. I think that's right. If they were suggesting a director, if he was announced, I don't know, but Doctor Strange, they're getting the right person for the right job, and as I said before, just restating, they have all these different directors for all these different characters, and that makes such a good balance for all the characters to just come together, and then have like one director to kind of give them their own properties that were given to them by the other directors. And of course, the script has a lot to do with it. I mean, I'm just saying, I want to become a director when I get older. I mean, and I'm already directing different things, like a series that I'm working on that has to do with Doctor Who. Even so, I have a very short word on Age of Ultron. It's going to be one of the most anticipated films of 2015. It's going to be right up there with Star Wars Episode 7, but I think that Episode 7 is really going to beat it out because people have been waiting since 1983 for another Star Wars episode to follow the original trilogy, of course. And I mean, you pissed us off with the Phantom Menace anyway, so why even go further than talking about the prequel trilogy? I'm more of a fan of the originals. I mean, I like the older movies myself. That's just an opinion, but Jar Jar does not belong in the Star Wars saga at all. I don't even care if he was comic relief. My advice to Marvel, though, please don't rush it. If you rush the whole filming process and try to get everything done a little bit quicker, then the film is not going to turn out as nice as we need it to be. This is a follow-up to one of the greatest movies of the modern age, which is The Avengers, and you did a perfect choice casting the Hulk. I mean, bravo. I mean, Marvel, really, you know how to cast people. Casting Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel as Rocket Raccoon and Groot, it's sort of like, well, do we want these actors? But then you see the trailer and you're like, hey, they're gonna go perfectly in the part. I mean, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, he fits the role perfectly. But please don't rush the movie at all. We all know what happens when you don't take enough time to make a decent movie and you have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it alongside actors that really shouldn't be playing those roles. If Age of Ultron takes its time, we're gonna get a better movie than Avatar. Why did I reference Avatar? But we are gonna get one of the best movies of the modern generation. Have you noticed that movies are starting to get a little bit better? I mean, movies were horrible in like 2006. Oh god, don't remind me about 2006, what a terrible year it was. Everyone was trying to reference Windows XP and people being on computers. I mean, it was okay to reference a computer in Avengers where Tony Stark was like, that man is playing Galaga. And just one more tip of advice. Please, for the love of God, let Robert Downey Jr. be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy. Let Iron Man join them, please, because that would be so amazing to tie those two things together. They're both owned by Marvel. You don't have to worry about the whole X-Men, Spider-Man, 20th Century Fox, Sony, Marvel, Disney relationship thing. You don't have to worry about all that. You can have Iron Man join the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then have tie-ins with the Avengers, have them meet each other. Do that. Make a big movie right when they're about to do Justice League, and then really kick them in the behind again. But yeah, thanks for being patient with waiting for the next couple of, waiting for episodes to come, because we're going to be doing episodes Wednesday and Saturday. The whole schedule's been planned out. Before, I was just going to do it every Saturday, and so that's why it had said next week. on the last video, but now it'll just say next time, just so that you're aware some of the stuff is changing around, and yeah, things will change around a little bit, but I mean, otherwise, I mean, I'm just gonna be reviewing different things, talking about, you know, basically whatever stated that, you know, I state in the intro, but, yeah, definitely those are my thoughts on Age of Ultron, and I can't wait to see Stan Lee in a new cameo. So that's pretty much all I have to say, and now all I gotta do is just sit back and relax, and let you guys think on my thoughts, and maybe you guys can put in the comment section what you think about Age of Ultron and what Marvel movies you want to see about characters that haven't been made yet. And that's my time here, so... Oh boy.